To church leaders, David Taylor and Michelle Brannon are being held in jail without bond following their recent arrests in connection with a nationwide human trafficking and forced labor case. Both appeared in federal court today, with Brannon appearing in Tampa and Taylor in North Carolina. Michelle Brannon, who serves as the executive director of the Kingdom of God Global Church, waived her right to a bond hearing in Tampa, instead choosing to have the hearing in Michigan, where the case is based. Court filings indicate that prosecutors requested she be held until her trial, citing concerns that she is a danger to others and a flight risk. The federal indictment alleges that Taylor and Brannon, who claim to have raised over $50 million in donations since 2014, used the funds to finance their extravagant lifestyles. These luxuries included a mansion in Tampa's affluent Avila neighborhood, which was one of 4 properties across the country raided by federal agents. Authorities say the properties belong to Taylor and his church. According to investigators, the church operated 9 call centers, including one at the Avila mansion, where unpaid workers were forced to solicit donations. The indictment alleges that those who failed to meet quotas faced severe punishments, including physical and psychological abuse, as well as food and sleep deprivation. Taylor is accused of setting these rules, while Brannon is said to have enforced them. The arrests have brought a sense of relief to former members, including one woman who stated in a video that she was in a relationship with Taylor in 2018 and later wrote a book in 2020 to expose his abuse. There were so many people that were taken advantage of, and I was one of them, she said. I experienced firsthand the abuse, the lies, and the corruption of both of the individuals who were arrested today.
There were so many people that were taken advantage of, and I was one of them. I experienced firsthand the abuse, the lies, and the corruption of both of the individuals who were arrested today. What a shame they are to authentic churches and ministries who have the character and the humility of Christ.
The federal indictment describes Taylor as a self-proclaimed apostle who claimed to communicate with Jesus and possess the ability to heal people through faith. Investigators, however, say this was all a con. The money raised by the church reportedly funded lavish lifestyles for Taylor and Brannon, who were the only ones receiving a salary. A federal civil trial from a past lawsuit against the church offers a glimpse into the alleged scale of the operation. Testimony from a church pastor in that case revealed that the church relied on 75 to 80 full-time volunteers and had thousands of volunteers in nearly 200 countries. Despite the recent raids, the church's prayer line remains active, with people still answering calls. The FBI is investigating to determine if there are other unrated locations and more victims who may still be working for the church.
A level of wrongdoing that even among some of the worst actors that we've been covering over the years here at Ministry Watch, and we've been around for 26 years, I don't believe I've ever seen anything quite like this.
The indictment alleges since 2014, the church amassed $50 million in donations, leading to questions about how it went on for so long.
We are living in an oversight and accountability and regulatory regimen for nonprofits that was devised in the 1950s and 60s. It is completely inadequate for the number of nonprofits that we have in this country today. So I think one of the ways that David Taylor was able to get away with it was that they were just not being scrutinized by the government at all.
Authorities accuse Taylor and his right hand, Michelle Brannon, of forcing workers to meet unrealistic quotas at the church's call centers, and they were punished when they didn't. A model used in third world countries, but maybe the first known case in the U.S.
And I think by understanding the mechanics of David Taylor's operation, we might be able to gain some insights into how to investigate or what to look for in some of these other situations that I'm aware of.
And there are still questions about how many people who were forced to work in these conditions. Transcripts from a federal civil trial could give us some insight. Taylor and his church were sued by a Florida movie set company over failing to pay. Last year, one of the church's pastors testified that they rely on 75 to 80 full-time volunteers to run the day-to-day operations. He also testified the church has thousands of volunteers in almost 200 nations around the world.
So there are a lot of victims here, a lot of problems, a lot of damage done, but at least it's coming to light, and maybe we can learn a few lessons from it.